Okay, this is head coach Ross of the Atacx Gym Judo technique. Alright, what I'm going to show you guys is a self-defense application that I've been using for a while, and which is kind of like a variant of the very, very famous Cantos choke, mixed in with a little chemical and a few other self-defense techniques, okay? Behind the camera is my brother Dante, assistant coach in the Atacx Gym. Helping me out is my cousin Chris, also assistant coach in the Atacx Gym. Here's what happened. Okay, we're locked up, and he managed, in real life this actually happened when we were sparring a couple weeks ago, you know, he managed to actually take his right leg, trip me and take me down. Oh, go down. Okay, now, camera, please come this way. Now immediately there's a couple of considerations I have. You know, since we do self-defense grappling and not sports grappling, you know, I want to protect my groin, my eyes, my throat, you know, my face from the strikes and blows that are available, okay? I have my knee against his shin and against his hips, and I'm pushing that back, you know, prevent him from being able to capitalize there. But my immediate concern, I don't know if you can see it, but my immediate concern is his knee here and his hand here, okay? When I went down and he pressed me down, I shifted my grip from here to the overhook right here and pinched against his hand so he couldn't really get off from me. He might be able to try to get a tiger claw in, you know, or a slide hammer fist using like his knuckles and his thumbs against my face to try to turn my head, you know. But I was going to use that energy anyway to strike, you know, which you guys remember I wound up doing anyway. Okay, as I did this and he came in to try to take advantage of it, I put my foot in, took my right foot in, and shot it against his hip, still being very mindful of this hand and his propensity for headbutting. So I locked here, and I tried to sit up immediately, but he wasn't having that at that point in time. So what I did was, using this hand here, I kept his arm pinned and shot this right palm here from the grip of his collar into a heel palm into his chin. So I did that, I pushed his hips back, which allowed me to get the space up to fire his hand sort of to his neck. When I did that, I locked in tight. He pressed me back down with his right arm. I blocked in and tried to jam against his left shoulder, okay? You know, I tried to get off another hand so he wasn't having it, so I wound up wrapping into an overhook into a figure four here. Once that happened, let me step up a bit so you guys can see it. Once that happened, I sat up. From the figure four, I sat up and kicked back on his foot. See how it gives me that space? All right? I took this left knee, hammered it against his ribs, and then shot my right foot across. From here, I went bam knee, shot my right foot across, all right, and took my right knee into his face. And then my left hand, I shot his face across. So these are all happening at the same time. I'm expecting him to try to do all kind of nasty stuff with his right hand, which he was getting ready to do anyway, and his left hand. So there you go. When he moved like that, that's exactly what happened. I shot down, and that's after I used my knee against his face, kicked out this way, and allowed me then to take this foot real quick, kick this arm out, and wrap over. And then this is very similar to the Cantos choke. From here, I started pulling up on his gi. You can see the tap started coming. As I pulled up with his gi, I drove down with my knee, which magnifies the choke. It's like a crank. What he did was he tried to escape out of the choke by trying to scramble, bringing his butt over towards my shoulders to try to escape the choke. And we did that. I kicked over with my leg, and that's what allowed the choke. You see that? Now I'm releasing this hand right here so I can talk, and I'll choke my cousin out. But really, I still maintained this figure four lock. He pressing his forehead and his chin down toward his hip, with my leg. I mean, his forehead and his chin down toward his groin, actually, with my legs, and pulling. Sorry about that. Pulling with the gi. So I press down and pull. Now, you guys, let me let go here and point on something really important. When I had this, I'm doing this so I can actually demonstrate the technique and talk and not hurt my cousin. But the individual I did it to, I wasn't really particularly concerned about. I knew he knew how to tap. So when I kicked down and brought his head down, I brought this knee in to protect my groin. Because in real life, when we're sparring the way we do, everything's open. We can bite you, headbutt you, strike the groin, you know, pull on your Achilles tendon, your ears, you know, all your eyes, all that good stuff. So when you get here and you start pulling more, you want to bring this knee in to protect your groin. And not only that, see how my foot is based on the ground? That magnifies the power of your flip. So let me turn this way. So if you pull your knee in and protect the groin, it allows you to drive harder to flip more. It allows you to put this foot across the body so you wind up sitting up. This is the position you want to be in. You want to be able to be in this position so you can come back to your feet. he's still toast. You're amplifying the choke dramatically here. As you guys remember, he was tapping super fast as I was going over this, because once you get here, he's unconscious. Once you get to this position right here, he's unconscious, and this figure 4 lock can break his arm. Okay, so in real life, I had him here. Watch the knee in. Watch myself this over here. This is where he's tapping. He's like tapping real fast. I locked here, let go of the choke. You guys remember, I let go of the choke, but kept his arm, kept him tapping, so he couldn't try any counters once I released the submission hold, because you know sometimes guys do that on the mat. So that explains to you what I did. If you have any questions or comments, you already know what to do. I'll leave it at the end of this video. So this is head coach Ross of the Atacx Gym Judo. Behind the camera is my brother and assistant coach Dante. Helping me out is my cousin and assistant coach Chris. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Have a nice day.